welcome back to Hardcore Ultimate Iron Man. Returning to Gorak today to get the last crystal keys that I want. But before we head there, we of course need all of the tooth halves out of the looting bag, which in itself does pose a bit of a challenge here. We have 22 items in the looting bag right now, and that is a lot. So what we're going to need to do here is drop a bunch of stuff on the ground in order to make room. Ultimately, we have this many spaces to work with. I'm also going to temporarily drop the bow staff and the law runes, so we can head out this way. Destroy. Once we get into the wilderness, very important step. Destroy. Yes. Then we need to pick up 22 items off the ground. All of the skills necklaces and tooth halves of keys, which are incredibly important to what we're trying to do here. And then we need to figure out what we're going to do about this. I'm going to drop 2 of these tooth halves here to start. We can always go get more runes back easily enough. And technically that's enough parts here, so we could make do with that. And ultimately, we will end up getting more crystal key parts in the future. Because that is 5 skills necklaces, a crystal key, and 4 teeth. So that is the inventory completely full of things. I could do stuff like alch the rune items, because we can just get those back. But I think this is going to work fine. These were extra teeth anyways. There was going to be some use to that, but it's okay. So now, I desperately need to go and get another looting bag to put some of this stuff away. So we shall. Full inventory, looting bag shenanigans. Need to drop something to pick up the bag. We can put stuff in the bag, pick up the thing again. We're going to need to get stuff back out of here later anyways. So we're just going to put in all the stuff that I don't need right now. It's going to cause a similar issue as this time, so we can't have a bunch of extra stuff. But this is fine. And the death talisman could too. Why not? Now what we need to do is go get another Dorgashan crossbow, air runes, and earth runes to make everything actually work here. But that's easily accomplishable. We've got 4 loop halves to get, and then we are good to go. First rarish drop here today, a rune spear. That is still twice as rare as the loop halves that we are looking for. And it is still 12,480 GP. Hard clue scroll, but it goes to the wilderness. So it goes to the floor. That was fairly low level wilderness, so technically we could teleport out. Not really worth the risk though. No thanks. Hit points levels. Always sneaking up on you. There is level 82, so that's something. Also got another rune spear and a longbow. So, more rarer drops, which aren't the one I'm looking for. It's gonna be like that, isn't it? There is a 2/2 of a key. I'm going to keep it on the incredibly off chance that the 10th crystal key gives me a loop to put on it. But otherwise, that's not too useful to me. Still. It's a drop, I guess. 68 ranged. If nothing else, we're getting experience here. And ranged is doing just fine. Going through some bone bolts, but those are incredibly cheap. So, no worries there. I think we're actually probably even making money from all the alks. Not the best money or anything, but bone bolts are so cheap it doesn't make a huge difference. But more range levels, always good. There's another tooth on the ground. Yep. Okay. That 2/2. Completely useless to me. Even if I had another loop to go with it, I don't have easy way to use that dragonstone. So that's going to stay on the ground. Sad times. Seems like I drop a lot of these hard clue scrolls. But I am not going to Lava Dragon Isle. Seems like a poor choice. I do have a rune spear though. So, yay. Okay. Hard clue scroll and a 2/2. Again, 2/2. Don't need it. And this should be doable. Well, at least this first step. A rune plate body, costing 84,500 coins, is pretty absurd. But it's not like we could get one anywhere else. We basically skipped past that by getting rock shell instead, because we can store that in the house. But we have everything we need here to make this stash unit. Hopefully this investment is worth it. Even if we don't finish this clue, this is just one more step we can have completed. Every time in the future. Let's enter the abyss. Technically have to go through the wilderness, but I'll do it. Black Chinchompa hunting area. Level 32 wilderness. No. No. We're skulled now, though. So that's good. 69 ranged. Not bad. Loop half. Yes, please. Pop that right onto one of the teeth. And now we have 2 crystal keys. Out of 5. Oh, it's going better now. Another loop half. Fantastic. Let's open up these first 3 crystal keys here. We get a dragonstone every time. This one we got an adamant square shield. Interesting. Bunch of runes, mostly on the ground. And some iron ore, looks like. Everything else in here is runes. We don't really need. 150 iron ore. Could use that. So we have the 3 dragonstones. And I'm noticing that I got these cosmic runes, which I had not prepared before I got here. So that all worked out. Then we're going to take these dragon stones and make some bracelets. We already have 5 skills necklaces in the looting bag. And we're trying to make the next jewelry box in the house. So the other bit is combat bracelets. Level 5 enchant. And here they are. They are not charged or anything. But that's okay. We will get that done when we get that done. Let me just hop in the wilderness for a second. Put these in here. And now we have some more space to work with. Don't know if I really want to bother with the iron ore. But I will see if I need this adamant square shield for anything. There is a stash unit I could put this in, but it is in the wilderness. That's actually the second stash unit. The other one already has an adamant square, so really don't need a second one. And iron ore, really not too great. I'm just going to drop that. Also, I have 2 long bones, which I guess I can go turn those in. Back in Dorgish Khan, 2,000 GP, and 9,000 construction XP. Definitely feels better making the trip down here when it's more than 1 bone. But as a 1 in 400 drop, that's not too likely to happen most times. We have 4 tooth halves in the inventory, but we really only need 2 more keys, so 2 loops is what we need. Actually completed a hard clue scroll. Here's our reward casket, and we get a rune plate skirt, some purple sweets, and 3 magic short bows. Okay. Magic short bow, not too shabby. Honestly, could be useful, but probably don't need 3 of them. And then a rune plate skirt. Meh. That's just some money. Some good value on all these purple sweets, but not something I'm really going to spend an inventory space on. So, those will get dropped. Overall, not bad. 4th hard clue scroll. Tooth half. I'm going to pick it up off the ground, put it back on the ground. Still don't need any more of those. 70 ranged. Pretty big level. Tons of stuff unlocked. We can equip the Crystal Bow, Dragon Hunter Crossbow, Dragonfire Ward, Black Dragonhide Armor, the Armadillo area in God War's Dungeon. And that's not even all of it. If we go into armors here, we also have access to God Dragonhide, Armadillo Armor, Carol's Armor, Boots of Brimstone, all the pieces of Black Dragonhide, the Ava's Assembler, this crossbow shortcut, Black Salamanders. It's a lot. We have literally none of those things, but it's a nice thought. Oh boy. Loop half. Fantastic. What I'm looking for. North of Venenatus, it says. No, I say. And there it is. The final loop half of a key. So I just need to alch these gems. And then we can go open the last crystal chests. At least for now. Alright. Final chance to get more loops to get more dragon stones here, we get runite bars and a spinach roll. Yeah, can't have everything. But that is the amount of dragon stones that we needed. So that'll work. And that means we can just drop some tooth half keys here for anyone in the Edgeville Bank. Go nuts, other people. Cut the dragon stones. 2 more dragon bracelets. Enchanted. And now we have 5 skills necklaces and 5 combat bracelets. Once again, we need lots of inventory space to get everything out of the looting bag. So I'm going to go take care of a few things. Another longbone turned in for another 4,500 construction XP. And 1,000 coins. So that's something, I guess. I'm going to say goodbye to the Doroshan crossbow and green dragon hide shield. Don't need those right now. And now, we should be able to get stuff out of the looting bag. 20 items in the bag. So that means we need to drop 3 things here to make space. I'm gonna drop the teleport runes. Seems reasonable enough. Make sure we're standing in the wilderness. Destroy. And take all our stuff. We can wield the kite shield immediately, so that'll be easy enough. Give us 1 space here. Besides that, though, we're just going to need to make our way to the house to get 10 more inventory spaces back. Use the fairy ring in the house to get over here to the Legends Guild, where we need to first come here and charge up all of our skills necklaces and combat bracelets. That is also a hard task in the Ardoin diary. So that's fun. We need a boost to get this construction level to make the jewelry box we're looking for. So what we're going to do is drop an item outside the house portal, call our butler, have them make a tea, drink the tea, getting the boost, and then we'll be good to go. So, call servant, serve tea. Now he's gonna go do that. We're just gonna stand over here. The upgrade is level 86, and we also need a gold leaf. Well, I don't have a gold leaf, do I? A slight miscalculation, I suppose. Alright, that's going to be another inventory space. Although, we could be very cheeky with it and log out every 12 seconds while we go and buy a gold leaf. Sounds just stupid enough to work. Yeah, that was a bad idea. Not really worth the effort. 1 gold leaf here in Keldagrim. And to get back to the house, we have a few options. I think I'm just going to go for a Birthwarp area teleport. Then we can walk back down. I can just drop the blue D-hide band braces and do the T method. That'll be much less annoying. Here is the T. And we have the best T, so it's actually a +3 boost, which is nice. Upgrade to the fancy jewelry box. We have no saw and hammer. Okay. I can manage this. I can manage this. My green D have van braces are gone. No. Blue D have van braces, right there. 2 inventory spaces. What are we gonna drop? Enter build mode. So many items are required for this, I swear. We still have more than a minute, so we can easily go grab this. Exactly what we are sawing and hammering here, when we're just putting a bunch of jewelry in a box. I mean, technically, it changes the shape of the box, so makes sense. But then the question is, where are we getting that extra stuff from? Not an issue. And that is so much better. Look at how much more inventory space we have now. My goodness. But now, with this, we've got 10 new teleports in the house. Straight to the Warriors Guild, instead of having to run from the Birth Orb teleport. The Champions Guild, the Monastery, the Ranging Guild, Fishing Guild, Mining Guild, Crafting Guild, Cooking Guild, Woodcutting Guild, Farming Guild. Just all over the place. And this is going to be the final form of the jewelry box for us. The next one requires Amulets of Glory and Rings of Wealth. But we already have an Amulet of Glory right over here. And the Rings of Wealth need to be charged in the deep wilderness, because reasons. And the teleports aren't the most useful. There's Miscellanea, which we can just get to with a fairy ring, except we'd never want to go there because we can't use the kingdom as an ultimate Iron Man. A teleport to the Grand Exchange, which we will easily be able to replace with a upgraded Varrock Diary teleport to basically the same location. The middle of Falador, and the Keldegrim Mines. Again, not great. Definitely not worth risking the account for. But this is very nice. And now, we have all these different bits that we need to put where they belong. First items to put away: one of the Dragon Spears and the Red Dragon-eyed chaps over here in the West Ardoin Church. We previously built this stash unit, and now we can put the stuff inside. Oh, you don't realize how difficult things are trying to get around when you don't have teleports. I stranded myself in West Ardoin with no minigame teleport or teleport options. So I used the Lumbridge Home teleport, ran to the canoe station, took that to Edgeville, took a fairy ring over here to Yanil, and now we're going to get some runes. My goodness. My goodness. Now we can easily get to the house. That's incredibly, incredibly useful. The next bit that I want to store is going to require quite a few additional steps. And the first step is going to be clearing out some inventory space by putting other things in a looting bag. And we can easily get there because we now can teleport to house again. Fantastic. Ideal. Okay, that should work. A lot more space to work with here. And that's going to be very useful. Here's what's back in the looting bag. Some stuff that we're definitely going to need, but not quite yet. And this is the stuff that we're keeping out. The Ring of Wealth, a Death Talisman. These are going into a Master Clue stash, along with a few other bits. Namely, the Cape of Legends, which we can go pick up at the Legends Guild, which we can easily get to right over here. We also need to turn this Death Talisman into a Death Tiara. Luckily, turning the talismans into a tiara does not require any rune crafting level. So even though we are 47 and death runes are 65, that's not going to be a problem. We just need a blank tiara to make that work. And we can easily accomplish that by just getting a silver bar and a tiara mold, making the tiara. But then, the more difficult part comes. We need to not only make the tiara at the death altar, that is also where the stash unit is. And so, we need to get a +4 construction boost at the death altar. Alternatively, we could try getting the boost and then running every 12 seconds to the death altar. But the realistic way to get there would be through the abyss, and monsters attack you while you're in the abyss, so you can't exactly get the boost in there like that. And going through the shades through the Temple of Light, also not an option. So we are going to need to bring our spicy stews to the death altar. Highly unfortunate, because depending on how many trips this takes, this could be pretty awkward. We also probably should have gotten the 2 mahogany logs that we need to turn into planks while we still had the rune axe outside of the looting bag. But this would not be the first time I've gone and chopped some mahogany with a steel axe, and I highly doubt it's going to be the last time either. We can take a faster teleport over there though. Go to the farming guild. Whether this is actually faster is another question, because we have to go all the way around the farming guild instead of taking the fairy ring here. Yeah, pretty similar. Not a huge deal though. Just need to get 2 mahogany logs. Then need to go get a small fishing net to catch Karambwanji to feed to the wily Hellcat in case it gets too damaged by the Hell Rats. Then need to go get some stews, run through the wilderness to the abyss, get to the death altar, and try boosting. Also need to remember to bring nails. It's a lot. It really is. Well, I will take it. +5 boost on the first stew. I need a gold leaf. We forgot the gold leaf again. Oh, that's unfortunate. That is unfortunate. Rip. Can we get a +5 boost? Or at least a +4 boost 2 times in a row? We will have to see. Only took 2 trips here. And there it is. The Master Stash Unit. So we just need to take the Cape of Legends, this tiara here, on the altar, to make a Death Tiara. And we can store all that in here. So if we ever desperately need a Ring of Wealth, it's over here. Although that's not too likely. But since we were using it, might as well store it. So that is very good. The next stash unit that we want to fill is using the other Dragon Spear. But we need to do Troll Romance first. We've got all the requirements for that very easily. So we will start up with the trolls. Next time. Goodbye.